third step is a wind-up car, which moves with static friction. Because the wheels are rolling forward, it applies a backwards force against the surface, and the static friction applies a forward force. After the car hits the log then swings down and hits the second car. The log experiences centripetal force because it's tethered to a center point, and the string pulls the log towards the center with a force, accelerating it in a circular path. Next, work is done by gravity on car 2 to change its motion. The car then becomes a projectile because it is moving forward and is going through the air. Next, as the ball rolls down the ramp after being hit by the car, the ball gains momentum because the velocity increases. The orange foam ball then hits the wall, which applies an equal and opposite force, which alters the orange ball's direction and bounces towards the golf ball. The golf ball has inertia and doesn't move until the ball hits it and changes its movement. Next, we have waves. Waves are created when the marble lands in the cup, which transfers some of the energy from the falling marble into the lime foam ball.
The lime ball caused by the previous steps causes 2 tape dominoes to fall. This allows them to gain velocity due to gravity, and that allows the dominoes to pull the broom off the table. The next step, scissors blades concentrates the force into a very thin area, which maximizes pressure and concentrates all the force and energy to cut the fishing wire holding back the rubber band. The stored elastic energy is released when the fishing wire holding the rubber band back is cut, transferring into a clump of magnets that are launched forward. Next, 2 ridiculously strong magnets, which are stuck together, produce magnetic fields and attract ferromagnetic materials and other magnets, attract the launched clump of magnets. In the next step, the collision of the 2 groups of magnets results in an inelastic collision where momentum is conserved. This causes the final object to move forward and transfer some energy into the dominoes and begin the chain reaction. The next step features the dominoes, which demonstrate impulse by acting upon each other due to the force from the previous domino, which changes their momentum.
The chain reaction of dominoes imitates an impulse. The dominoes are acted upon by each other by a force applied by the previous domino, which changes their momentum. Next is kinetic friction. The final domino hits a fidget spinner, which causes it to slide down, which is static friction. The next step is torque. The fidget spinner lands on one end of the seesaw structure, where it is pivoted on a log. This creates leverage, which causes the torque, and then the lacrosse ball is nudged onto the ramp. The ball, while rolling down the ramp, is affected by gravity, which allows it to accelerate. When the ball hits the jar, which is holding up the cookie guillotine, it transfers its kinetic energy into the jar, which changes its momentum. The movement of the jar releases the string that is holding up the spatula that will cut the cookie. The spatula falls, which changes its stored gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy and uses that kinetic energy to cut the cookie in 2.